Hello there and welcome. I'm Marie, and today I'm going to show you my shoe collection. I have many shoes. I have a passion for shoes, so I collect them even if I don't wear them, my fancy shoes, all that much. I like to collect them from now and then, and especially when there's a good sale going on, then I usually buy a new pair of shoes. So it's not a super fancy or expensive collection, but I think that I have a few nice ones in here. So we might not be able to go through all of my shoes today, but we can also make a second edition of this video at a later point. So for now, let's just get started and I'll show you the first pair. So first I have this black shoebox here. It says Stockholm Design Group, handcrafted goods. Yes, and as you can see, I got these on sale, 70% off. So that's a good offer, and they weren't really all that expensive to begin with. So I think I gave, well, I'm not that good at math, but maybe you can figure that out yourself. Yes. So let's see what's inside. So that is the sound of new shoes. They're not actually new. I bought them in the fall. So, but anyways. No, I forgot to close them. So here is the first pretty shoe. Yeah. I'm just going to show you my stilettos and fancy shoes, or what you think. Maybe it's not that fancy, but my going out shoes, yeah, that's what I'm going to show you, because they're the most fun. I guess you probably won't be too excited to see my sneakers and my loafers and my everyday shoes, so just the fancy shoes, going out shoes, yeah. So these are made out of suede, which I really like. You will discover that today. And these kind of black peep-toe shoes are, or these are sandals, I guess. They're good for all kinds of outfits. You can use them, for example, with the dress I'm wearing today. They would go well with that for a summer day. You can also just wear them with jeans, or pretty much any dress that I have in my closet would look good with these shoes here. So practical color. So I guess I'm going to use them a lot, I'm sure. And they have a good and solid surface, not too slippery, which is very practical. And the heel is not all that tall. It's pretty easy to walk in. It's also not too narrow here. If they're too narrow, they can be a little hard to walk in. I don't know if you recognize that too. Yes. And what I also like about these shoes is that they have a very, very soft sole here. There is some foam here in the shoes. So they're nice and soft to wear. They're the kind of shoes that you can really walk in and you can dance in them too. So a great brand, I think it might be Swedish. Stockholm Design Group, yeah, makes sense. So, yeah, a really good buy. Very happy and pleased with these. So let's move on to the next pair. Just put these aside. And the next pair, also something I found, a good bargain, only 20% off, but these were not really all that expensive to begin with, so it was still a very good buy, I think. And I was skeptical, are these shoes really good enough since they're that cheap? But I was surprised how comfortable they were. So it says here, Graceland, and this is from Deichmann, the German shoe store, which we have a lot of here in Denmark. They're pretty much everywhere, and they have a lot of cheap shoes, cheap brands. They also have more expensive brands like Adidas and Nike and things like that. But other than that, just really nice and cheap shoes. But always, I feel, comfortable shoes. So, and this was a pretty recent buy, actually. Bought these at the beginning of the summer because I feel like it is time for me to go out and dance a little bit more than I do. Because I've been missing that a lot. I've been so busy in my life, so the last couple of years. So it hasn't been much going out or dancing or anything. But that is about to change. I have promised myself that. So, and I forgot to close these two. So, these are such comfortable dancing shoes. It is weird that these really cheap shoes are actually much more comfortable than many of my more expensive shoes. So, I think this was an incredibly good buy. And this nude color really goes well with absolutely everything. Anything in my closet could go well with these. So also a very practical color, and especially for the summer, I like light shoes, light colored shoes for the summer. It just looks good with all summer clothes, really. Especially floral dresses. I have actually a floral dress in almost this same color as the main color, and then lots of big flowers on it. And these will just be perfect for that dress. And again, these have a wonderfully soft foam sole here. So they are wonderful to wear, and you can absolutely dance in these shoes all night. Now, I was actually considering if I should glue some simile stones on all over these to make them a little more festive. That could be fun with cheap shoes like these. I mean, it's fun to experiment a little. And I guess I can just use those little simile stones that you can buy for your nails, and the nail glue as well. That's really strong. So that could be a fun little DIY project. And again, also, they've considered not to make a too slippery sole here underneath the shoe. It's kind of a ruffled or textured sole here. And also, I like that they're not too tall or too narrow in the heel, so you can easily walk and dance in these without falling, even after a few cocktails. Yes. So let's put these aside again and look at the next pair. And I have a nice big box here, gray box, and it says Sofie Schnoor, which I believe is a Danish designer. So these are actually designer shoes, which I also got for half price. Otherwise, I just wouldn't buy it. I am kind of a thrift shopper, so I get a thrill out of finding a really good offer and get some really good stuff for half or more. So I was very happy when I found these gorgeous shoes at half price. So let's take a look. And these shoes come in a very nice protective bag. Each of them have a protective bag. So that's very considerate and practical, I must say. So yes, and here they are. Probably one of the most beautiful shoes in my collection, in my opinion. And I think that these red shoes really can brighten and lighten any outfit. You can pretty much use these with a lot of different outfits just to give them a little edge and a little spark. And I would even consider wearing them with this polka dot dress here to make it a little more fun and festive. And these are also made out of suede, pretty little rose here on the front. Yes. And also, they have a very nice soft sole here. I don't know if that's just the way that shoes are made these days. I think that most of my shoes have these nice soft soles here. These are quite tall. Yeah, so, and quite narrow actually. But they're still pretty good to walk in. I was actually surprised how well these sat on my foot and how easy they were to walk in. So, really happy with these two. All leather and suede. Good. So we'll take a look at the next pair, and I'll just put them in here again. Yes. Oh, it's hot here. Okay. So, next, I have this little box. It's from Tamaris. And I don't know exactly where this brand of Tamaris is from. It sounds Italian, maybe, or Spanish. It could be. I actually have a lot of shoes in this brand because I find that the shoes are very, very stylish, and they're also comfortable. I have good experience with them, so I feel safe for buying them. So yeah, so let's open up. Here we have some really, really nice party shoes in this white gold color. So they are so pretty on the foot, and I also actually think that these shoes can be used with a lot of different of my outfits. Floral dresses, jeans, and any color will go with gold, white gold, with maybe also some matching earrings in the same color. And you can kind of make a kind of a boring outfit more festive with adding some fancy shoes and some fancy earrings. That's a good tip. The accessories can make the whole difference to dress up. You can dress up or you can dress down. But it's fun to play around with different expressions in your outfit and your style. And also just a very soft sole here of the shoe. And also a textured sole here underneath, so you don't slip on the stairs or on the dance floor. You just think of everything. And these are about the same height as the red ones, and also kind of a narrow heel. But I've tried these on, I've tried walking in them, and they're actually also pretty good to wear and walk in. So really happy with these. And by the way, if you would like to see what all of these shoes look like on the foot, then I might put some pictures on Instagram wearing these shoes that I've shown you today. It could be fun. You will find my Instagram handle on my about page, on my channel here. Yes. I'll put these aside again. And the next pair here is from Bianco Footwear. I also don't know where that brand is from, but we've had a lot of Bianco stores here in Denmark, and I've bought a lot of shoes from these stores. But these I found online, so I hadn't had a chance to try them on. But I thought it was a good offer again, and they looked cute, so I took a chance. So take a look. Let's take a look. leopard print, which is so popular these days. I actually have a leopard jumpsuit too, which would go very well with these. Or you can use them with jeans. Or, yeah, they won't go with every outfit, but I think they're quite fun. And they have this black surface, which is also really, really nice. They're not actually all that comfortable. They're a little bit narrow here in the toe area, which is really a shame, because if they hadn't been, they would have been great dancing shoes, because they're not too tall. And they're fun and festive, and I like the design very much. But unfortunately, I don't think that this material is going to give at all. So I might just send these back, or just use them at home to play with, to play around and take pictures. They weren't all that cheap, all that expensive, I mean. They were quite cheap, also half price. I almost never buy anything if it's not half price. Yes. A little it's hard to send something back that you actually like. I was not sure I was going to keep these, but I don't think I can send them back. They're too cute. Too cute. A nice little addition to my collection here. Yes. And now that we are looking at animal print, I also have these snake print shoes here. They're quite old, so I don't have the box anymore. Those boxes, they do take up way too much space. And as you can see, this is also from Tamaris. I've actually stunned that these are still in perfect condition, because I have really worn these a lot. I think I bought them back in 2015 or something like that. So that's 10 years ago. Can't believe it. These definitely do not look 10 years old. And look, you can see I've been wearing them a lot, because I love the design, especially with this string here in the middle, like that detail. And they have also a quite comfortable height. Yes, I know I'm doing a lot of tapping today. I think that shoe tapping sounds really good. Just gently tapping. And here's the other shoe. So I think that's just about half of my shoe collection. So comment down below if you would like to see the other half of my collection. That could be fun to make as well. So thank you for being here. I had so much fun. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.